Hi everyone, I am so thrilled to be here tonight. Happy Friday or whatever day it is. For me, it's day 37 in Mona's kitchen during quarantine cooking. But I have a two-part series for today and tomorrow. And a lot of questions that have come to me is like, what can I do with protein powder? And it's just not about drinking shakes. There's so many other things that you can do with protein powder to make amazing snacks. And so what I thought I would do is tonight I'll do snacks, and then tomorrow I'll show you some breakfast ideas, because protein powder is so good in that if you pick the right one, it can give you an amazing amount of protein, because you need in the morning, or you need as a snack, what's called protein pacing. So during a meal, you want to try to get about 20 or more grams of protein. And for a snack, you want to try to get 8 to 12 grams of protein. So tonight, I'm going to show you two ways. We're going to do a chocolate lava mug cake. Unbelievable. Restaurant quality. For real, for real. And I'm going to show you first how to make some yummy, yummy protein balls. So get ready. And the recipes will be up on monadolgov.com either tonight or tomorrow morning. But I'm so thrilled. And there's all these different options. And what I love about this, you can riff, what I call riff with these recipes. You can use a different nut butter. You can use a different, different things. So I'll kind of explain that as we go along. But before we get started, I wanted to say, hey, I see so many hearts. Hi, Jill, how are you? I know you've tasted one of my lava cakes pretty good, huh? And hi to Jennifer. Hi, Kim. Hi, thank you for telling me I look amazing. It feels good to look amazing. Okay, let's get started, guys. You need a food processor. Actually, you don't need a food processor. If you've got a lot of muscles, you can use a big bowl too, but it's a lot easier. I did work out today. It's a lot easier to use a food processor. So let's get rolling. I'm gonna make a half recipe because I wanna show you, I've already made the other half recipe. Check this out, guys. Doesn't that look yummy? So let's get started. So the first thing you do is add your protein powder. My preference of protein powders, and I've tried a lot of them, is to use the brand called Isogenics. I love their protein powder because it's amazingly highest quality whey-based protein. It comes from grass-fed cows in New Zealand, better than organic, and they have a great variety of flavors, and it's just a great ethical company. And I was even asked to help them write a cookbook too. And as I got to learn more and more about the shakes, I realized how great and the high quality products. And I've used other shake products before because in other jobs that I've had. And I must say, this is absolutely, I think, one of the best proteins that's out there. And it does come in plant-based and whey-based too. Okay, so today I'm using this amazing flavor. It's called birthday cake. I figured why not celebrate today? And what's cool about the birthday cake shake, it's this great like vanilla-based product, but it's got sprinkles in here that are all natural. So that, the green sprinkles has the spirulina, the red sprinkles has a little bit of beet. So why not celebrate? It's Friday night, right? So I'm gonna I'm doing a half recipe that'll make about 8 or 9 protein balls. So I'm gonna add 1 scoop of protein powder, but if you wanna make a big batch, which I advise that you do, it's great for your family to kind of munch. It'll make about 20 to 24. But since I made already half of them, I'm gonna make the other half now. So you put in your protein powder. The other thing to then add is some oats. I like using organic rolled oats, and in the recipe it calls for 1 cup, so I'm putting in half a cup. I like the organic rolled oats. You can get them like at Trader Joe's, whatever. The other thing I'm going to add is a nut butter, and here's where you can go riff. So you can pick a different nut butter that you want. You could use peanut butter, you can use almond butter, but tonight I wanted to introduce you to another nut butter, because there's a lot of people who have nut allergies, but you can still have these protein balls because I'm using sunflower seed butter. And what I like about the sunflower seed butter, it gives it like a mild taste, which when we add the other stuff to it, it's gonna be really great. So it's the same calories as peanut butter and almond butter, but it's just a different change. But if you prefer almond butter, go for it. If you prefer peanut butter, go for it. So the recipe calls for half a cup, but again, I'm using a 1/4 cup right now because I'm making half. Okay. The next thing that we're gonna add, this is like a Mona thing that I add to all of my protein balls that makes them taste. Sometimes when you eat a protein ball, it's dense and you eat it and it kind of sits in your stomach. Well, here's my little trick. If you get some brown rice puffs, kind of like, you can get them at Whole Foods. It's better, not a Rice Krispie. They're actually sprouted brown rice puffs. It's a cereal. That will all of a sudden crunch. You get a crunch when you have a bite, almost like a crispy protein ball. It's really, really awesome. So I'm going to put my...
Sounds like Nestle's Crunch.
Yeah, it's kind of like a healthy Nestle's Crunch. Okay, Nestle's Crunch. And then I'm going to add a little bit of cocoa powder because I have the vanilla. I want to kind of have a light chocolate birthday cake. So I'm adding a little bit of unsweetened cocoa powder. And those of you who know me, what else am I going to add? And I think, Jill, you know what I'm going to add in. Cinnamon. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon because I love cinnamon. I love the combination of chocolate and cinnamon. And again, this is where you can riff. If you don't want the cocoa powder, you don't have to put it in. If there's another spice that you like instead, like a nutmeg or something, you can kind of add it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of dark chocolate chips. You don't have to add these if you want to, but you should. So I'm adding a little bit of dark chocolate chips and then a little bit of honey. You don't really need to add that much. This is about a tablespoon. The recipe had called for a couple, like 1.5 tablespoons. Maybe this is even 3/4 of a teaspoon. Just a little bit of honey to sweeten it up. Okay. And then the last thing that you're going to add, that's kind of important, you're going to add some water, hot water, because you got the gooiness of the honey and you've got the gooiness of the nut butter. By adding a little bit of water, that's going to almost create that great dough that you can roll and make these great balls. I'm just going to add a little bit of hot water, and then once you start processing, if you see you need a little bit more water, you just use it. So who's on board? Hey Dana, thanks for watching. Hey Robin, and hi Sonia. Thank you all for coming on board. Okay. And everybody, come say hi. I see you're watching, but let's say hi to everybody. So put a little note and tell me that you're here. Okay, we're going to pulse. I'm going to do about 5 pulses. Now I'm going to check the dough. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more pulses, and then I'm going to show you what it feels like. A couple of more. So what you want to get when you're done, I'm just going to feel it. Yeah, I'm going to add a teeny bit more water because I really want to show you what the dough is. And this one, you just have to play with it. Almost you want like a thick cookie dough, because that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like eating cookie dough, but in a ball form. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to take the blade out. Very important before you start making your balls, take the blade out so you don't get cut. I would never do that. I just want to kind of show you what the dough is going to look like. So it's going to be like a sticky dough that kind of looks like this. Okay. So then the other thing is, well, how do you make the balls? Best thing to do to make the balls, my little trick is to wet your hands. So I'm going to wet my hands with warm water. I might as well wash them up. Okay. So now they're wet, and you get them kind of wet because then you make the balls, and then you can pick what kind of topping you want to put on it. So I made 3 different toppings because that's what I like to do. So you can use sprinkles, and actually Whole Foods has natural sprinkles if you wanted to do that. You can go on the healthy note, which is this one where I chopped up some nuts. It has some coconut. It has some hemp hearts, which are really good because it adds a little bit of protein and healthy fat. And it has a few sesame seeds in there, which is kind of nice. And then the last one is a little chocolate. So this is, I chopped up some chocolate chips. It has some cacao nibs, and it has some coconut. And if, you know, I just want to let you know on my website now, monadolgov.com, I have a store. So if you're interested in any of these toppings or whatever, you can just buy it from my store too. So that's kind of cool as well if you can't find it in the store and you don't want to go to the store and you just want to have it delivered to your house. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to make a meatball. So you can make a ball just like this, and then pick whatever topping you want and roll it. And if you don't feel like putting a topping on it, you don't have to. But I kind of like it. Okay. I'll make a few of them because I know you guys really want to find out how to make that chocolate mug cake, right? So this is like more of a healthy sesame coconut hemp heart ball. This is my chocolatey ball, which I've chopped up in actually a personal blender. I chopped up some dark chocolate chips, some cacao nibs, and a little bit of coconut. Some other things you might want to add as a topping. You can use some orange zest. That's always a nice thing to add in. You can just use cocoa powder. You could just use cinnamon and cocoa powder. So whatever you want. I made another one, and then I'm going to make one more. You get the gist of it, right? So who's on? Who can I say hi to? Hey, Andrea, how are you, my gym friend? Hi, Sonia, and hi, Helene. Thank you for all coming on board. So those of you who just came on board, we just made some delicious protein balls out of this protein powder. I prefer the brand Isogenics, fantastic brand. Actually, they have a great birthday cake flavor. And we put in some brown rice puffs and a little bit of honey. And for nut butter, we kind of did a little bit of a riff, and we used some sunflower seed butter tonight. And we're now putting and we put it in the food processor. We rolled it around for like 7 pulses, got it into a nice dough, made a meatball shape, got a truffle, and we put our little toppings on. And so one more, I'll do a sprinkle, because if it's anybody's birthday today, I wanted them to have a little happy birthday protein.
How many grams of protein per ball?
Good question. So each protein ball has about 4 to 5 grams of protein. And what's also great about these protein balls, for a snack, if you want to have like a 150 calorie snack, it would be about 2 protein balls. If you want to have a 200 calorie snack, it's about 3. So, and this is what they look like. And what you do after you make these protein balls, to really have them set, you put them in the refrigerator and you let them sit for about an hour, and then they're great. They're great cold, actually great frozen too, or you can just eat them as is. I always keep them in the refrigerator, and this is what they look like. Hey Doug, you want to have a taste? Taste one. We're gonna have our taster taste one. Ready? Come on, come on. What do you think?
Yum.
I want to see your face.
Delicious.
I didn't tell him to say that. I don't think he's ever tried any of them before.
This is really good.
Oh, good.
Which one is this? Coconut and nut?
Coconut hemp seed. Coconut hemp seed and sesame seed. Like, how cool is that? I'm going to try the sprinkle one because my birthday was in April. They're delicious. I highly advise you make them. Awesome snack. And you think about all the sweet snacks that are out there, all the processed cookies and things like that. Why just make these? You've got the protein, you've got the nut butter, you have the healthy fats. It's just awesome. All right, let's go over here.
I'm sorry, I'm too busy eating.
He's too busy eating. I want to get on with the show, you know? Hey, Tracy, how are you? We just were eating some protein balls. I wish I could, like, hand you one. Here, let me try. Take a taste, everybody. Yum, yum. Ooh, everybody likes it. Thumbs up. I'm silly, I know. Okay, this next one I'm really excited about. This is what it's gonna look like when we're done. How cool is that? I remember Jill, you're on, right? I made these about a year ago, and Jill came to my house and I said, you have to try this recipe. And she's like, oh my God, it tastes like a flourless chocolate cake. And isn't that great? But this flourless chocolate cake, guys, is only 140 calories.
No way.
Yes, way. And I'm going to show you how to make it, because it's going to be your secret and it's going to be my secret.
Thing?
That whole thing, 140 calories. Isn't that great? Crazy. So if you want a decadent dessert, you want to serve a decadent dessert to your family, you can. If you wanted to turn this into a meal, you could double it for 250. But not only are you just getting a decadent dessert, but you're getting in this 12 grams of protein, all these vitamins and minerals, fiber, and it tastes like chocolate lava cake. Like, what else can you want? So let's make it.
It can't be. It's not possible.
It is possible, but you know why? Because you're in Mona's kitchen. All right. So what we're going to do, I used a ramekin. I love these little ramekins. They're also in my store. And what I did, I put, since I'm doing this as a dessert, you can, instead of having it as my shake meal, I'm doing this as my dessert. I put in 1 scoop of chocolate protein powder. And this is the brand, the Isogenics. I use the Isoline Dutch chocolate. And I added just a smidgy of baking powder. And what the baking powder is going to do is going to help the whole thing fluff up. It's going to form that chemical reaction that's going to make it puff up. And just a little bit does a lot. The other thing I'm going to add is some unsweetened applesauce. And that's typically when you see, like in, when you see it in like certain baking recipes, that's going to almost act as your egg, because you don't really need it. So basically it's a flourless, you don't even need an egg, so you can use the applesauce instead. The other thing that we're going to do, I'm doing a riff on this, is that I'm adding about 1.5 tablespoons of almond milk. But you know what I did? Doug and I, and you probably do too, who likes coffee? We're going to make this into a mocha lava cake. And so I had some leftover coffee from this afternoon. So I put in a little drip of coffee with my almond milk so we can make it into a mocha.
Yum.
Yum. So I'm gonna mix this together. So I've got my almond milk, I've got my protein powder, I've got my applesauce, I've got my baking powder, which is important. Even though it's just a little bit, it goes a long way. And then the last thing I'm going to add is some vanilla. Vanilla kind of is a great, even though it's chocolate, vanilla is great because it rounds out the flavor. Chocolate, and when you combine vanilla with chocolate from a culinary standpoint, it kind of rounds it out. So I'm going to add just a little bit of vanilla. Just a smidge, because it's just a little one. Yeah, and that will add a lot. And so we're going to mix it up. And what you want to do, you want to make sure that it's mixed up really, really well, because you don't want the powder on the bottom, you know what I mean? So it just takes a little bit. And these ramekins are great because they do the trick. And I always put a plate underneath because sometimes you spill. We all do it, guys, right? So that way it's good. And also when you're gonna actually, how do you cook it? You don't put it in the oven, you actually put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, you get that. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, but then it'll be all yummy and delicious.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll have to eat this instead of dinner tonight. And that wouldn't be a bad thing, right? You can see a little happy hour going on, you know? A little chocolate lava cake and a glass of wine, why not, right? And I'm getting 12 grams of protein and vitamins and minerals. Too good to be true, guys, too good. Okay, so for those of us who just came on board, hello. Hi, Charity, how are you? Hi, Meg. So basically, I've put this in my little ramekin just like this. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to just take the edges off. This is more for a cleaning thing. And just, because that's what I do, I just kind of get the edges off, get the little bit.
Make it look pretty.
Yeah, make it look a little pretty, but also it'll help clean it up a little bit when I clean it, right? Okay, and then all you do is just take it, this is it, guys. You take it and you put it in the microwave for 2 minutes and you watch it rise. So here we go. Put it on for 2 minutes. Okay, so this is what you're gonna get through the power of Mona's Kitchen. It's already done. I'll show you again what it looks like when it's done. But this is what you're gonna get. Look how delicious this is. You get, you know, this whole, almost like a lava cake. I sprinkled a little bit of confectioner's sugar, and then because I wanted to do this coffee thing, I found in the store some espresso chocolate chips. So I threw a couple of espresso chocolate chips in there and some fresh strawberries. But yes, guys, this little, it's not really that little, this snack is 140 calories, filled with great vitamins and minerals, 12 grams of protein, about 4 or 5 grams of fiber, and it's really, really good. I'm gonna taste it. It's probably gonna come out even better when it comes out of the microwave, but. And it's kind of, it's good, it's kind of like, it's really good. It's, oh, it's kind of, it's like a cake. It's so delicious, it's so, so good. It's actually better when it's hot. It's better to eat it when it's hot, because when it's hot, it's gonna get soft in the middle. This has been sitting for an hour, so if you want to make these in advance, my advice would be you can actually microwave it for like 15 or 20 seconds, and it would be great. Yes, I will, Charity. I will post the recipe. Definitely, definitely. So here's 2 great options for how to use protein powder. We've got the balls, which is a great snack, 75 calories a pop. You can have a couple of protein snacks, and I like to eat them kind of like during the day. And then this mug cake is just amazing. You can do 1 scoop for 140 calories, 2 scoops for 280 calories if you want a bigger, more of a meal versus a dessert. And it's delicious. It has vitamins and minerals, it has the fiber, it has the protein, and you're eating good stuff. It's better than eating grabbing a brownie or eating, something processed. None of this is processed, which is so awesome. Here it comes. Now it's gonna taste better. Oh yeah. So this is what it looks like. See how hot it is when it comes out? And then I'm gonna add my few chocolate chips. And my little thing is that I like to use a teaspoon. And so I measured a teaspoon of chocolate chips, which is about another 20 calories, because that's gonna melt right in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of confectioner's sugar on top, just like that. So delish. And then I'm gonna add a few strawberries on top. And guys, doesn't this look like a dessert that you would get at a fine restaurant? Look at that. So amazing. I'm gonna grab my spoon.
I'm not sure if that's good. I have to check it out.
Oh, you do? Okay, well, Doug's gonna check. I'm gonna check it out first because I made. Oh yeah. See how it is? Oh, look how it's like chocolate souffle. Look at that, Doug. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Come across. Come across. Oh my God, guys, this is so delicious.
Yum.
Can you believe this is made out of protein powder and it's 138 calories? It tastes like a flourless chocolate cake you would get at a restaurant. Just look at the texture. It's like a hot brownie texture. See the steam coming out of it? So, so good. And I highly advise that you use the Isogenics brand for the protein powder. It doesn't have any artificial sweeteners. It's high quality stuff. And if you go into my store, I can tell you about it, or just leave me a message below and I'll get in touch with you. It's just fabulous. And just think, you can have this for dessert, have 12 grams of protein, not feel guilty, and it's only 138 calories. Like, how crazy is that? So definitely make these yummy protein balls like I showed you before. They're awesome. And make this yummy lava cake and stay healthy. Like, how great is that? So tomorrow, I'm going to show you some breakfast ideas for protein powder. We're going to make some protein pancakes. And then I may show you how to do something with oatmeal, which might be kind of cool too. So before I sign off, everybody say hi so I can say hi to everybody. Hi, Panina, I missed you. Hi, Jody, thanks for coming on board. Hey, Sherry, I missed you too. And hi, Diane. So thank you all for coming. Come back tomorrow for round 2 of protein powder excitement, and we'll see you soon, okay? Love you guys. Bye.